In an episode of the Joe Budden podcast, renowned Pan-Africanist and motivational speaker Dr. Umar Johnson vocalized his discontent with Eminem's status as the greatest of all time in hip-hop. Eminem, a towering figure in the music industry, has achieved global sales of over 220 million records. At 51 years old, he stands as one of the most successful music artists historically. With a career that extends over 2 decades, the artist behind hits like Not Afraid has been celebrated as one of the foremost rappers ever. Despite these accolades, his standing was recently questioned by a social media personality. On an episode of the Joe Budden podcast, Dr. Umar Johnson, a Pan-Africanist and motivational speaker, vehemently expressed his disapproval of Eminem's status as the greatest of all time, GOAT, in rap. Johnson argued that Eminem, being white, cannot be considered among the greatest, suggesting that his fame is a direct insult to the black community. He opined that while white individuals might engage in black culture as a hobby, Eminem's privileged position as a white male in hip-hop requires scrutiny. According to a report by Unilad, Johnson emphasized the need to protect the black community from dilution by non-Africans. Joe Budden, the host, questioned Johnson's stance, asking if he truly did not consider Eminem as one of the greatest rappers ever. Johnson replied with a resounding dismissal, stating that no non-African should be acclaimed the best in any African-originated field, describing such recognition as an affront to black ancestors and the entire black race. Dr. Umar Johnson further elaborated his point, asking rhetorically if it would be conceivable for him, or anyone for that matter, to become the best in any aspect of Palestinian or Israeli culture, such as cooking, music, or dance, simply by moving to those places. He firmly stated that such scenarios are unheard of and should be equally unimaginable in the context of African culture. Johnson emphasized the importance of ceasing to recognize non-African individuals as the best in any element of African cultural products, asserting that doing so is an insult to the culture itself.